Round 4 of the SPL continues from our Tampines Hub as BG Tampines Rovers takes on Balestier Khalsa in this, the final game of Round 4. Promises so much. As we mentioned, match week 4 saw Hougang go down 4-0 to Albrechts, which leapfrogged them into second position in the league. Geylang had to fight hard against Tanjong Pagar United last night for a 2-1 victory. The Lion City Sailors look to be cruising with a 5-1 win over the Young Lions, who are still winless in this campaign. And this is the final game of match week 4 as BG Tampines Rovers play only their third league game of the season against Balestier Khalsa. As you can see, 4 wins from 4 for the LCS at the top of the table. BG Tampines Rovers would need to win handsomely to leapfrog and go into second place. Balestier Khalsa still have that opportunity as well, but 3 points here will put both sides on 7 points, and there could be a little bit of cat and mouse with BG Tampines Rovers and Balestier Khalsa tonight. And as you see at the bottom, the Young Lions are still without a single point. Should be an intriguing, interesting game. As always, we caught up with both coaches ahead of this one. Marko Kraljevic gave his thoughts on this BG Tampines side, but Matnul Rahman was the first to give his interview just a few moments ago.
Back in SPL action here, successful campaign for a lot of you and the national team. We focus on SPL tonight.
Yeah, obviously. I think, like I spoke to the boys in the meeting, if you look at the fixture for SPL, we only have today Balestier, and then again next week we have Hougang. But again, all focus on Balestier, and we hope to continue the good work that we have started.
And plenty of times we've seen Tampines have a lot of possession but found it difficult to break through. And with this stronger Balestier backline, what have you done to improve on that aspect?
Yeah, obviously we have watched some of the Balestier earlier games, right? So obviously we have planned a few things, and one of the threats that maybe we would like to have a little bit more is Trent on the wings, right? Because I think Trent is a very important player in terms of us in attack, and obviously we have players that are on the bench that can also be a game changer kind of player for us.
And no doubt we are the favourites tonight, and a win will keep you within touching distance of the Lion City Sailors. You think you can give your home fans a good show tonight?
Yeah, I think we are confident enough. I think we believe in our football, we believe in our ability, so we hope to have a good game tonight.
Hi Marco, big one tonight. Looking forward to this challenge?
Yeah, of course. Have 4 weeks off, and now all players looking forward to restart the league.
And we know now that Balestier doesn't have a fixed training ground. How have trainings and preparations been? How's the team morale?
Meaning this one is nothing. Meaning we try to find solution, and meaning is this is no excuses. I mean, we go players training very hard regardless of the pitch. I think we putting this one behind us. We just focus on now. We focus on BG Tampines.
And with what you just said, will that affect the performance and the gameplay tonight?
But meaning we don't find excuses. What I mentioned just now, we come here, we focus on the game, we go every game very simple. We want to win the game. We don't find problem.
And with Tampines today specifically, what do you need your team to do?
Meaning is Tampines this year is as usual. Tampines is a great team this year. Done it very well in AFC, in Shopee Cup, in the league. I think that done it well. It will be a very tough game, but it's okay. I think we are ready to fight.
Well, they are ready to fight. The question is can that fight bring 3 points? Because that is what they will be looking for, and that is what they will be hoping for. It was a 2-1 victory last time out against the Young Lions, but that 5-0 loss against the Lion City Sailors in the game before really dented them, particularly after that 2-2 draw against Albrechts on the opening day of the season. They do have a chance to go within touching distance and put themselves right up towards the top of the table with 3 points here, and that is going to be vitally important for them. Well, it's only the third league game of the season for BG Tampines Rovers, but they have been busy in the Asian Champions League 2 and in the Shopee Cup. So far, they've yet to concede a league goal, and all 3 points tonight could see them go back to second in the table. Marko Kraljevic has moved back to Balestier for his third stint in charge of the Tigers, and they'll be buoyed by the fact of that 2-1 victory last time out against the Young Lions, But with the Lion City Sailors winning last night as well, BG Tampines Rovers will want to close that gap. So it's a must-win game tonight for the Stags. The winner of this one will move up the table. That is guaranteed. But who will it be? BG Tampines Rovers take on Balestier Khalsa at our Tampines Hub in the final game of round 4 in the SPL. Sashi Kumar joins me. Sashi, an interesting start really from Balestier. A great result first time out against Albrechts, then obviously a big heavy defeat, but they managed to bounce back with that 2-1 win. And Tampines have only played 2 games, but they have played quite a few games in the ACL and also in the ASEAN Club Championships as well, so they should be up to speed. An interesting, intriguing fixture tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I like this BG Tampines side, and I was speaking to you off air as well. I think they've got a very settled, a very balanced side as well, with the Japanese players and Trent Boagiar as well playing out wide, lots of speed. And for Balestier, much needed win against the Young Lions there, and especially after the defeat against LCS. So it's nicely poised, but you got to say BG Tampines are the favourites today.
They are the favourites, but Balestier did beat them in their final game of the season last year by 1-0, and they managed to take 4 points off Tampines Rovers, which did stop them going and competing for the league. Fahad Mohammed will be in charge of this one, and again will be ably assisted by his assistants there, the match officials for today, including the 4th official Aldrich Lee. And over in the VAR studios we have Mohammed Hilmi Fouad. He will be in charge, and there's his big red button ready to press to speak to the referee as and when needed and required. So the toss of the coin looks as though Seswan Buhari won that one. All the photos are done, so it's time for the changes, and 2 changes made by Nur Rahman since their last league game on the 13th of September against Tanjong Pagar. Taufik and Glenn Quay miss out, and Joel Chu comes in back to the starting lineup for his 2nd start of the season. Maltese international Trent Boagiar comes into the starting lineup, and he's got 3 Asian Champions League goals so far in the 2 games that he has played for BG Tampines. The main striker Higashi Ikawa is still looking for his 1st league goal of the season. Will he break that duck tonight?
That's a very interesting question there, but you know, they are looking solid. You know, we talk about the squad. That's Nur Rahman for you, the head coach for BG Tampines, taking over from a short spell by Akbar Nawas. And yeah, you know, I think he's done well as well, obviously with the Asian Champions League 2 coming up.
I wonder if he can hear us while he was pushing his buttons, but there's one change for Marko Kraljevic that sees Ignatius Ang back into the starting lineup. The 2-1 victory last time out was a morale boost for them, as that previous 5-0 defeat against the Lion City Sailors really did hit home. New signings Tim Matic and striker Bogdan Mandic will be important for the Tigers tonight to get the goals, whilst new defender Subaric will try and keep things tight at the back. They do have that strength in midfield as well, though, Sashi, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Vujanik, Sukita and Matic in there. Matic very powerful. He plays just behind Bogdan Mandic, so that's good firepower. And out wide, Ignatius obviously gets a start today in place of Daniel.
Well, it is his 3rd stint as a head coach. It's his 4th spell at the club, where he was in charge of the under-22s once he retired. Was the former S-League Coach of the Year as well in his 1st season in charge of Balestier back in 2014. So some 11 years on, he's still knocking about the SPL, and he's back in charge of the Tigers. Here's an interesting one. Mustafic has been brought in. The 25-year-old Croatian was playing in Slovenia last year for Murat, the 1st foreign goalkeeper ever for Balestier as well, which is quite an interesting find. I found that quite interesting, Sashi.
Exactly, that's an interesting stat actually. You know, we've seen quite a few of goalkeepers who are foreigners over the past few years, so that's an interesting stat. But it's going to be an interesting one today. You know, I think both sides need a win, especially for BG if they want to play catch-up so early on in the season.
Well, it is going to be Balestier that get us underway in the red strip, kicking from right to left and not messing around with a long ball punch forwards, but that's easy for Seswan Buhari. We were talking before we came on air, weren't we, Sashi, about this back line for BG Tampines, and Yamashita and Dylan Fox, of course, as well, who's come in, just adds that extra experience, and they are pretty solid there with Irfan Najib and also Yoshimoto, who's impressed you this season.
Yeah, very much so. Yoshimoto, watch out for him, the number 26 down the left-hand side. He will bomb forward, especially in the attacking sense. He will provide that support for Trent Boagia down the left-hand side.
There is Yoshimoto, fires that one forwards. A little bit of a mistake there from Madu, but mopped and cleared up by Subaric. Madu Mahana, who came out and basically trying to help the side galvanise and get together. We heard Marco talking about the training facilities before. He says, I don't need excuses, I don't want excuses. The players have been training well over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Of course, we are back after the international window. Let's see Singapore on the verge of qualifying if they can beat Hong Kong in November. Great little run here, though. Katusa. Good defending, though. Again, Yamashita just big and strong and in the way.
Good speed there from Katusa.
Lovely little flick back as well, and a chance here. It's been drilled in. It's a great ball, and pouncing on that loose one was Katusa, and it's the first corner of the game, and it's gone in favour of the underdogs.
Yeah, good play down this left-hand side from Sugita, but just wonder whether Tim Matic should have just taken a hit at this. There you go. He decided to just dummy it for nobody, actually, and he should have just taken a shot with his left foot, Tim Matic. That's a chance, I got to say, for Balestier.
Very early start and promising from Balestier, who are looking to try and be on that front foot. What quality can be delivered? It's good and it's deep as well, but there's a little bit of holding and tugging at that far post. The referee not having any of that and blows the whistle straight away. Bogdan Mandic, another new signing this year for Balestier.
Yeah, it was just pulling there, Irfan Najib. Definitely a foul.
Has a lot of experience as well, has been playing in Greece over the last 4 seasons for various clubs. Something that Balestier will need. Raja just whipping that one in, but Madu there, clearing his lines with a header.
Yeah, very interesting shot, going long, playing direct, looking for the run of Trent Boagia, who's playing down on this right-hand side. Started the season playing on the left-hand side. Obviously, he can play anywhere on the forward line. He's got speed.
Yeah, a little switch up, and I'm sure we'll see them interchanging throughout the game, him and Joel Chu, who's on that far side. First little look at Kazama. It's a bit of a loose ball as well, played back, and Saiga Sumi having to deal with that one. Ishar back in the thick of the action, finds Yamashita. Dylan Fox really feels at home here at Tampines. I spoke to him the other day and he's really relishing the opportunity to play Asian Champions League and of course in the ASEAN Shopee Cup as it is known at the moment. Katusa very lively in this opening exchange. Decent ball whipped in, and well, Shazwan Buhari had to be right with his hands there.
He all started out with good closing down from Tim Matic in the middle. This was the ball that was swung in a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. A good pressing by Tim Matic on Shah, who was caught on the ball.
Koya Kazama upended, wins the free kick. Veteran 32-year-old Japanese player. Actually started at Kawasaki Frontale and played a couple of seasons in the J-League, which of course is no mean feat in itself. Managed to get himself 19 games. That was of course a good few years ago, back in 2012, 2013, but you never lose that experience, do you, Sash?
Yeah, and he's really classy, and he showed it against the Lion City Sailors in that game in the Community Shield. So good on the ball, very calm.
Little nick forwards. It's a lovely piece of interchanging plays. The offside flag gone up. He wheels away. Higashikawa, but the flag goes up later. It did look as though that ricochet of Joel Chu was just a little bit too much, but he almost opened his account for the season in the league.
Yeah, good interchange of passes, combination play was so good. Just leading up to that chance.
Let's have a look at this. It'll be a close one. Was that offside?
Yeah,
the initial
even
one?
then, yeah, even then, I think the first one was offside, and then Joel Chu with that shot, yeah, it's definitely offside.
Well, it's like that Irish striker, isn't it? Rick O'Shea. The ball ricocheting off the foot of Joel Chu on the second attempt anyway, so it is offside, surely. The ball's gone straight to Higashikawa, who's put it in the back of the net, so
yeah,
pretty sure that one's not going to stand. They are having a good look at this, though. The on-field decision is offside. The check is going on. Surely you don't need 90 seconds to decide that one's offside. I mean, he's played the ball forward. It's come back off a defender.
Yeah.
It's hit him, Joel Chu, gone forwards to the man who's in an offside position, who's put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Surely.
And in the build-up to the play as well, I think if you can watch that again, I think Joel Chu also, when he picked that ball up, he was already in an offside position. So it was lead up to the goal.
Maybe they're looking at that one first and they'll look at that one a little bit later. And that one's obviously 50-50. A little bit of a delay here because of this possible VAR decision. Surely you can't be gaining an advantage like that. And you don't really want that against you. It's great if it goes for you, but if it goes against you, you'll be very, very disappointed. I'm sure Marko Kraljevic will be pulling his hair out if this one does stand, but well, we've been here for a couple of minutes, Sashi, so it's a lot closer than we think. It'd be interesting to see it again and just try and in slow motion see that, because Joel Chu played that ball forwards, it ricocheted off the defender, then hit his knee or his shin and went forwards again to Higashikawa, who's in an offside position. So he's gained an advantage from that by being there because he's put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, and I think that's an easy enough description. Here comes. Okay, that's very close for Joel Chu. This is the one.
Right, well, he's offside there, clearly. You can see there is daylight.
Oh,
did it come off the defender?
Off? Yeah, I think it...
Ah, is that what they're checking? That is what they're checking. So now they've got to check that first one. That's interesting. That was why it was worth seeing it again, Sashi.
It's so close.
And it was so quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a very close one, this one.
Well, we're hearing that the crowd aren't having it. They think that it's a goal. Obviously, the BG Tampines Rovers fans think that, and obviously the Balestier fans are thinking, just get on with it. He was offside. That ricochet fell to him. But again, if that ball's played in a forward motion, but again, now with the new ruling, if it's hit the defender and gone forwards and then hit the shin of the defender, as it were, who was coming back in and gone to the striker and gone in.
Yeah.
This is where it's grey area, isn't it? Marko Kraljevic not happy at all, you can see. And I tell you, we're hearing that the goal is going to be given. The goal has been given. Wow, so they must really have had a look to see if Joel Chu was offside for that first ball forwards. He has broke his deadlock, Higashikawa. He finds the back of the net. That was in the 5th minute. It's taken us 4 minutes to sort that out. So they've had to look at various different angles, and it was definitely then a defender that it's come off to go back into Higashikawa. There's the first one. He's in an offside position.
It's Vujanic, I think. Came off Vujanic. So that's the right decision. The only thing is, you got to look just slightly before that whether Joel Chu was in an offside position when he received the ball. You know, obviously he wasn't. Must have been checked as well.
We'll see it from this angle, won't we? There, quite clearly. Quite clearly. But again, this is where the offside rule has changed, where he's adjudged to have not really been interfering because that was a shot being played forwards. It's ricocheted off defenders and gone into the path of Higashikawa, and that is why the goal stands. It took us 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes to get there, but
Yeah.
I think you're right, Sashi. That is the correct decision.
Unlucky, very unlucky for Balestier, but it is what it is. After, I got to say, they've made a pretty good start to the game as well, Balestier.
This is echoing Geylang last night here at our Tampines Hub as well, where they just hung in there, to be fair. You know, Balestier on the attack. It was Tanjong Pagar on the attack last night. It was Geylang that broke the deadlock, though. Play allowed to continue. Nicely won back there from Hartith. And upended. Sugita. Trent just catching him.
Yeah, Trent just too eager to, you know, with his left hand there. And it's a corner. Nope. Throw in, I think, and probably cue for Madhu to take the long throw.
That's a lovely piece of skill. And the ball stayed in play as well. Good sliding challenge, but there's that dynamic play that you were on about from Koyak Kazama. Has the ability just to get on the ball, not give it away, and retain possession.
Yeah, using all his experience there, knew exactly that he couldn't run away from Darren with the speed, so just used his body well. And decided to throw in.
What an interesting start we've had here. It is BG Tampines that find themselves in the lead. Have had a couple of great results in the Asian Champions League too. So far, a 3-0 win away at Kaya and a 2-1 win against BG Pathum United as well here in Singapore. So that's really good news for them, but they're going to have to defend here. Naishasang just trying to roll that one in, easily picked off though by Sumi.
I've got to say, Katusa, the number 22, has made a very good start to the game. Very lively, strong on the ball, full of running. And Ignatius there on the right-hand side. Disappointed with his pass there.
Well read though by Sega Sumi. Referee getting involved again there then. A little drop ball. Yeah, Balestier will feel a little bit hard done by the way that that goal has managed to stand. Rules are rules though, and the changing and the evolution that we have all the time of the offside rules, which will change year on year. Of course, talk of players not being offside if they're level and their arms are in front rather than being in an offside position, which would be considered now. They're talking about those changes possibly coming in the future. Yamashita. Nice cushion little layoff from Kazama. Sharp suspended for that second game, and the referee yet again finds himself in that position, so it's going to be another drop ball and a little chuckle from him. He's trying to keep up with the play, you've got to give him credit, and I don't think anybody expected him to try and play that ball across. Wasn't the best touch from the referee on that occasion, though.
So he needs to work on his first touch.
And you can see Tin Matic as well having a little chuckle with the referee. That's how it should be. Saw the officiating yesterday where the referee was talking to the players. It's vitally important, it's so important. Players talk to each other on the pitch, and to have that extra line of communication with the officials is very, very good. And Sharp missed out on that second game against India, didn't he? Due to suspension, along with Ryan Stewart. 2 yellow cards picked up in the group, but he'll be back for the game against Hong Kong, and it's a must-win game for both sides if they want to qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. That at the national team level, of course. Yamashita. It's a long straight ball down the middle, comfortable and easy for Mustafic. That looked as though it was a foul play, allowed to continue. Harith again just rolls it forwards. Sugita trying to get involved. Yet again, Segasumi with another long ball forwards. Both sides not afraid to play these longer balls.
Yeah, the reason is Higashikawa has got loads of pace to burn.
Again, it's mixing it up. We have seen BG Tampines at times in the past just trying to keep possession and slowing the game down, and sometimes it's very pedestrian. They're not afraid to go a little bit longer now under Matnaraman, which at least opens the game up a little bit for them.
And then also, you just take a look at Balestier's line. They're pretty high up the pitch as well, so that gives them the opportunity to play long sometimes, play direct. And why not?
Listen, that's a debate that we can have all night long, Sashi, about players just playing around at the back and going nowhere, and defenders having more touches than the players that get paid all the money, and everybody wants to see the star midfield player and the star striker. You don't want to see your centre back having 100 touches when you can get it to the midfielder and let him do it. Khalsa just rolls it into the channel. Harith on the overlap. Just couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. Harmlessly go behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, disappointing ball there, Harith Kanadi. Not under too much of pressure.
Yeah, the 25-year-old who was signed at the beginning of last season from the Lion City Sailors. Actually started at Gailing. Looks as though might be a little niggle here to Shazwan Buhari. Doesn't look comfortable at all. That's going to be a big blow if something happens there. His older brother, of course, Shakwari Bahari, FIFA certified ref. In fact, he was in charge of the game last night, if I'm not mistaken, at the same venue. Here's Dylan Fox. Yoshimoto, right idea, just wrong execution, and just a little bit overcooked and a little bit straight, which is why it skipped through to Mustafic in goal.
Again, it's that long ball looking for Higashikawa's pace, just behind the defense this time, straight at the goalkeeper.
It is that they almost look like a version 2 of BG Tampines, that they've advanced by mixing it up rather than trying to keep possession all the time.
Yeah.
Remember last season there were times where you pull your hair out. There's that big strong boy again. Higashikawa skips past Madu. Just conceded possession really. Tried to find Joel Chu and could have gone on himself really. Here's Madu again. With that ball forwards. Ignatius Sang. Nice little ball back inside. Matic does the necessary, and it needed Segasumi back there to clear his lines. Good play, well played from Balestier.
Yeah, that's a good ball that was played forward from Darren Tape. And Ignatius does ever so well. And then to play it to Mandic. This ball wasn't a bad one as well, and there was a slight slip in there, and that's why Segasumi is in the team.
It was Dylan Fox that just lost his foot in there. There is Sumi again. Nice play from Irfan, just opening himself up and finding Bohajia. Oh, that was close. Good defending in the end. Subaric doing just enough to stop that ball going forwards.
Yeah, I think the second touch wasn't the best from Bohajia. Just too much of a touch there.
Shah looking to get involved, as he always does. Played at left back in that first game against India. The game before was in the centre of the middle of the park, and of course he normally patrols there for BG Tampines. And he is again. Comfortable receiving the ball with his back to goal and retaining possession. It's a nice ball looking for Bohajia. Managed to get the ball in, but easily defended from Subaric. Irfan just taking his time. Not enough movement. Madu keeps it simple. Sugita. Darren Tate having a little possession game with them both, looking to keep the ball. Lazar Vujanovic. Vujanic switching play. It's a nice ball out to Khalsa. And again, Sumi in the right place at the right time. Good from BG Tampines, and that's just showing how much they've developed by not just going long all the time, by keeping it when they need to, and they go long when they need to as well.
Yes, neat and tidy there, just playing out from the back, nicely done. And then Joel Chu, the ability to keep the ball under pressure, very important. And Vujanic giving the foul away.
20 minutes gone. We did have a 3 or 4 minute stoppage for that VAR decision of the opening goal, which has been credited in the 6th minute. Irfan finds Sumi. Lovely feet from him. Really good footwork. Time and space. Kazama. It's still Kazama. Just on his unfavoured left foot there. Just got pushed away by Madu Mahana, forcing more of an angle, which is why he couldn't hit the target.
Oh, what a ball that was from the left-hand side. And Sega Sumi before that, he's a class act. And this was the ball in, first-time ball. Look at that. First touch was good. Second touch was also not that bad, but on his left side, Kazama fails to deliver.
Easily mopped up by Dylan Fox. Shazwan had a decision to make there. That's where he put his side under pressure, and Yamashita did well there not to go in full-blooded, because that could have resulted and been disastrous. Mustafic has come a long way. Surely it's a shot. Higashikawa fires it into the middle instead. Oh, they don't retain possession, and they got away with that, Balestier.
Yeah, it's that high line again, and the ball over the top for Higashikawa, who is really proving to be a menace up top.
He's got to go for goal there, surely,
Yeah,
Sashi.
yeah.
It's all open for him. Subaric. Panic. Lovely ball threaded through. Khalsa whips it in. Good defending from Dylan Fox. Only as far as the edge of the box. Sugita pulls it back. Time and space. Vujanic goes out wide. And with the ball in. Headed away. Again, Yamashita. Solid defending. Sugita trying to force his way through. They're battling hard here, Balestier, and they're fighting.
It's good pressure from Balestier. Good play down this left-hand side. Khalsa posing some problems for Irfan with his strength and power. And the ball just fell out of the 18-yard box. Just fell to Vujanic's wrong foot there. He's all left foot. He didn't have the confidence to take it with his right.
Tampines Rovers have had the lion's share of possession. It's roughly about 60% at the moment, but Balestier are not out of this at all. They've been quite creative when they've been getting into that final third. The ball just smashed into the face there. Is that Tim Matic? It looks as though was closing that down, and well, that happens.
Yeah, point blank range as well. Sharp.
Just trying to help it on. Well, you remember in our days, Sashi, the balls were a lot heavier, and the shouts used to be, don't rub it, just get on with it. But these things do happen. The ball just smashed into his face from a couple of yards away. Marko Kraljevic, of course, had spells as a player as well over in Hong Kong for Rangers. And I'll give away my age now, Sashi. I played against him many, many moons ago. So Matic will just leave the field of play just for a few moments. Another sip of water, make sure he's okay. And the referee with his third drop ball of the half.
He's been busy.
He has been. He's had a couple of touches and he's had that decision to make. And the third drop ball that we've had in this opening 26 minutes. Is Irfan. Happy to slow it down. There you just saw the possession stat in favour of BG Tampines. Yoshimoto just pushes in that advanced position, doesn't he? And it allows Shah to drop back in so that the fullbacks can push on, and they do have the licence to do that. And there's a chance, a real chance. Yoshimoto, good save. Mustafic down quickly, and that's what we're talking about, Sashi. With those fullbacks pushing right on, they become adopted wingers as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Darante was struggling on the stretcher. The ball from Joju, inch perfect. Darante on the stretch, and this is where he could have taken it with his right foot. Obviously, he's all left foot. And then there was another option as well. Sega Sumi coming into the penalty area, and took too long in the end.
Good save though from Mustafic. He's definitely kept his side in the game. It is a corner. It will be the first corner for BG Tampines in this one. Fired in, almost a free header for Yamashita. Just got a flick to it rather than meeting it full on, which is why it's gone over the top, and that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, he's been pretty impressive, Sega Sumi, not only in this match, the season so far. Ball that was swung in, that header by Yamashita and not Sega Sumi.
Dylan Fox comfortably wins that header. Nice little flick down the line from Katusa.
Yeah, so strong, Sega Sumi there on Sugita.
Seems to be getting better, doesn't he? Signed from Fujino Okayawa in the J-League, but never played for them. Studied at Meiju University before going pro. He's only 23 years old, the 6-foot midfielder, but does look very comfortable.
Yeah, very good on the ball.
And he is again. Loses out on that occasion though to Katusa, who does well. He's creating problems down this left-hand side, cuts in on the right. A little bit of time and space, and the rangy shot has dipped in from Sugita. No one from BG Tampines went out to press the ball, neither one to Katusa or two to Sugita. And he thought, I'm going to try my luck here. And he does just that. And somehow, awkwardly, the ball finds its way into that bottom corner. It may have taken a bit of a deflection, but there was dip and all sorts on it. It outfoxed Shazwan Buhari in goal, and before you know it, the Tigers are level.
Yeah, you're right, and you know, you just take a look at Shazwan Buhari's reaction there. It tells you, oh, I think the ball just skipped off the ground with a shot. I don't think he hit it cleanly. I tell you what, there was no way Shazwan Buhari was getting to that ball. So, that's a good goal.
Do you know what he's done? He's kicked the ground before he's hit the ball, and that's put all that top spin on it. And that is exactly what's outfoxed Shazwan Buhari in goal.
And if he meant it, then he's genius.
Sashi, I love you. Who means to kick the ground before they kick the ball? Oh, doesn't matter. It counts.
Yep.
Just didn't expect it at all. Did not expect it at all. So we've had two interesting goals so far, it's fair to say. But more importantly, I would think on the balance of play, Sashi, it's probably deserved for Balestier.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been good. Balestier, they've kept it going forwards. Katusa has been good as well.
Here they come again. Not happy just getting that equaliser. They want more. Ignatius just flicking the ball out wide, but Dan Tate just went straight between his legs. Clean bowled he was as that ball was going out towards him. And here's the goal scorer, Sugita, losing out to Segasumi, who has options. Was that played too late, though? It doesn't matter, we'll go on. Buhajia went for the far corner. Comfortable and easy save for Mustafic. I think the whistle has gone now for offside, but it looks as though play is allowed to continue, has it?
Yeah, just take a look at Harith Kanadi, the left back. He's really off position here. And I don't think he was offside. Gia there maybe should have done better. Did the right thing going across. He didn't have the pace and power.
Yeah, you're right. Harith got sucked in there. The offside has been given, so it was just a fraction too late, that pass. Segasumi had the opportunity to play it earlier, and you are right. Harith just caught ball watching there. Nice ball switched out to Ignatius Sang, who's looked lively down that right-hand side, but he's up against Yoshimoto, who's bombing up and down that left-hand flank for BG Tampines. He's a big lad, isn't he, Yamashita? Dylan Fox is 6'1" as well, strong and powerful. Terrible groin injury a couple of seasons ago that kept him out for a very long time. He's now back to full fitness and back enjoying his football. Here he is again. A little bit of time and space for Joel Chu. Yoshimoto looking to be advanced. Gives the license for Joel Chu to come inside. Here he is again. Buhajia. Nice ball tucked down the channel. Kazama. Joel Chu. Good defending. Solid defending. That was from Lazar Vujanic. Mandic elects to retain possession. Firing it out wide. Got a busy week next week. BG Tampines Rovers with Pohang at home in the Asian Champions League 2 on the 23rd of October. Then the 26th, it's Hougang in the league. Fired in. Dylan Fox comfortably wins that header. Flick forwards though, a little bit of time and space here. Harith got his head in there and the penalty has been awarded. Yamashita saying he didn't touch him. He's been awarded a yellow card. Now VAR will obviously look at this, but that looked as though there was nothing going on. But I tell you, Harith Kanadi just gambled and got in there.
Yeah, I think firstly, I think he tried to put his head onto it a little bit. Was there contact on the right foot there?
That's going to be the big question.
Yeah.
So the second big talking point of this game. Let's see from this angle. I don't know if he's touched him there from that angle.
Yeah, you can't really see from there. It's definitely not the head. So it's the right foot or right ankle of Harith Kanadi. Obviously will be looked at. But it did look really clumsy, Yamashita, the way he went in.
He did pull his leg away, to be fair. VAR are checking, as you would expect. It'll be very interesting to see if this yellow card is rescinded as well, because if there was no contact made, then 100% there's been no foul. You can see Yamashita has been credited with that yellow card at the moment. A little shake of the head from him tells you all you need to know. Suya Yamashita, as it stands, the on-field decision was a penalty. They are still reviewing this. and they are looking at it, so they must be looking at various different angles. It's going to be a very, very close one for sure.
So it was a smart ball that was played forward by Sukita, I think, as a high ball. Obviously, he saw Harith Kanadi in that position. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an on-field review, I think.
Tim Matic hasn't scored yet. Now he's got to go and have a little look and a check of this. That's possibly the right decision. Again, in the heat of the moment, you can expect the referee to call a decision like that because of the angle that he was. He maybe saw not the coming together. He saw the coming together, but he didn't see the contact, which is why VAR obviously has been introduced. He's going to have a nice, good look at this. Is Farhan Mohammed. That's a little bit too quick for anybody to tell, but you can see he pulls out. That's the thing. He pulls his knee out of the way as well, and the foot. Does it make contact? That's the question there. No, no, no. No. Or is it a yes?
It's still so difficult to see from that.
We'll see from another angle.
No.
This angle might give us a bit more clarity. He's pulled away, he's pulled away. No, his foot's gone down awkwardly into the ground. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting. And it could be the second decision that go against Balestier here. But again, the referee is the man that needs to make that decision and that call.
Yeah, even then, from this, I don't think it's the right angle to see whether there's contact or not. So,
but you look at his foot. Now, the natural movement of Harith would be to do that, put his foot down, and obviously because he's trying to avoid the contact, his ankle's just rolled himself a little bit there. Marco looking on. We're going to have about 10 minutes of time added on at the end of this first 45 if this carries on.
Yeah.
It's been a very, very good game, though. It really has, because Balestier have not backed down at all. They've been right in the faces of BG Tampines, and they were at the end of one call a little bit earlier on, the first goal. This could be decisive. It could go in their favour. It may not. But again, it's a clumsy, silly challenge from Yamashita, and it opens the door. It opens a Pandora's box for the officials to give decisions by committing to that challenge like he did.
Exactly. It's just clumsy. He wasn't really sure.
Well, he's saying that he's had a look. What's he going to do? Well, he is booked. That looks as Harith for diving. That's got to be diving. So he's going to rescind the yellow card that was shown to Yamashita. And to be fair, from the angles we've seen, again, that is why VAR is here, to get the decisions right. That looks, for all intents and purposes, Sashi, as the right decision.
Yeah, I think so as well. And just going back to the incident, when Harith Kanadi went down, he clutched his head. Just take a look at Harith Kanadi in the replays when he fell to the ground. He just was clutching his head. So this is Farhad just explaining to Madhu what he exactly saw.
Well, Madhu just saying, yep, I see, okay, I understand. And again, they're going to feel aggrieved. Marko Kraljevic on the end of two decisions that haven't gone their way. And there's that horrible saying, isn't there, Sasha, that people say they even themselves out over the season, but they don't.
No.
It's game by game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you have to take it. But free kick has been awarded for diving, and it's BG Tampines that get us back underway. Wow. Tim Matic, it was, just out of interest, who was getting ready to step up and take that penalty. Penalty not awarded, so we are still 1-1 here at our Tampines Hub in what's been a very eventful first 40 minutes so far. Joel Chu has Yoshimoto outside him. Here's Shah. Lovely little reverse pass back inside. Kazamak getting involved as well with Shah. Joel Chu whips it in, great ball. couldn't get up over the ball. Higashikawa on that occasion tried to glance it in that far corner, but it was just a little bit too high, and he was just a little bit too far in front of the ball.
Yeah, this was a good ball, but I have to say, Subaric does just enough to put Higashikawa off. Got to the ball first, though.
What a dramatic game we're having here. It really is.
Yeah, it's a good watch. And they say it finally poised as well. 1-1. Talk about BG being the favourites, but I have to say Balestier has done really well.
Nice little cut back. Harith again. Went for goal. Shah this time having to do his defensive duties.
Yeah, I thought Sugita was much stronger than Sega Sumi here. Probably his left hand there just tapped Sumi down, but and look at where Harith Khan, the left back, was in the penalty area, waiting to pull the trigger. Good defensive work from Shah.
Oh, this is the 15th league game of the season that we're having so far, and there probably hasn't been as much for the referees to do in any of the previous games as we're having here in this first half. Ball whipped in, and again Sega Sumi clears his lines.
Yeah, that was a good ball, waiting for a Balestier player to attack it, but nobody in that near post area.
What's a ball whipped in first time? The header goes up and flipped over the top from Sezwan Buhari. Subaric has stayed forwards, somehow got on the end of it. BG Tampines looking a little bit raw at the back here and not dealing with balls into the box.
Exactly, they're all over the shop here. And Sugita, what a ball this was. A superb ball. And the bounce there almost beat Yamashita. And then the header. Yamashita just wasn't strong enough with that challenge. Balestier really finishing this first half on a high.
Well, they've deserved to get themselves back in the game. They do have the strength and the height as well from set plays. Decent ball into that far post area, and the header back across. Again, trying to cause issues and problems. And again, it's the striker. That's the second time they've tried that corner. Bogdan Mandic at that very far post, looking to head it back across goal.
Yeah, I just do wonder whether he should have just done that, just hit the ball back. Instead, I think he probably went for goal here. There you go. He should have just gone across because he had the better of the defender.
Have they identified that as a mismatch? Because it did look as though it was Shah Sharian that was with him. Well, Hajia, a lovely ball down the line. Sumi again. Kazama has time, space. Blocked and closed down. Sugita picks up the second ball. Doesn't do anything with it though. Sumi out wide. Bahajia fires it in. Well, the Maltese international, who's managed to get himself 2 caps for Malta, now the former Australian under-23 international, does look dangerous when he gets on that ball in those wide areas, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just loves the space to run onto. He's had a very good first touch that time round. Ball out of his feet. He tried to play the ball into the middle and cut out by Harith Kanadi.
Can't argue with his credentials. Naturalised for Malta in October 2024 and straight away played against Moldova. Of course, World Cup qualifiers and European Championships all on the line as Kazama fires this one in, and that's easy pickings for Mustafic in goal.
Yeah, too close to the goalkeeper. Played short, changed the angle a little bit.
He's looked comfortable though, hasn't he, the big man in goal? Mustafic, 6'2", has pulled off a couple of big important saves in that first half to keep Balestier in the game.
Yeah, safe, especially those high balls.
Harith playing that one forwards, cut out by Irfan. Big sliding challenge, and it was a clumsy one from Sega Sumi. He got caught with an arm on the way down as well.
Yeah, that was an awkward one. Both players going for the ball. And then just the angle just went in. Then didn't get the ball at all. It's definitely a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul. Just got caught. I thought it was an arm. It was actually the foot of Tin Matic that just caught the head of Segasumi. But again, if you're going to lunge into challenges like that, you have to make sure that you make contact with the ball.
But his feet weren't off the ground, so I think that worked for him in that sense, not being carded.
Here you go, Sashi. It's got to be the longest time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes, surely 45 minutes. No, I'm joking. 11 minutes will be added on at the end of the first 45. So don't go and make your cup of tea yet. We've still got a quarter of the half to go. Those two big decisions, of course, that penalty decision that wasn't given and overturned, and Harry getting a yellow card. And of course, the opening goal that was scored by Higashikawa after just 6 minutes means that we have 11 minutes of time added on. Sugita fires it into that far post area. Free header back across goal. Had to punch it away, Shazwan. Not far enough, though. Loop back in. The idea was right. You could see exactly what he was trying to do. It's just the execution there from Vujanic.
Yeah, don't exactly know whether he was going for goal or trying to put it back into the mixer at the first header, and then punched away by Shazwan. Not the best. Maybe he was trying to hook it back for Mandic in the penalty area.
A little bit of blocking and off the ball stuff from Madhu Mahana there, which freed up Lazar Vujanic. Well, no matter what you say, this has been a thoroughly entertaining first 45 minutes for lots and lots of reasons. That's a poor ball again from Yamashita, who seems to be having one at the moment. Mandic, Dylan Fox to the rescue, only as far as Vujanic. Time and space, thought about the shot, keeps possession instead. Harit fires that one in deep, but over everybody, and Yoshimoto will get there first. But concedes possession. Darren Tate mops things up. Vujanic back inside. Got the ball, referee plays advantage. Time and space, Sugita looked for the little give and go. However, Mandic had span, thinking that the shot was going to come in. Oh, that's close. That's a very close decision. Sugita upending Seiga Sumi. He went in there chomping at the bit, didn't he?
Yeah, unlucky, very unlucky Sugita. And he was definitely going for the ball there. I tell you what, very lucky Seiga Sumi there. And Sugita, nicely done. Had to close on Sumi there. Did the right thing.
Was it? That's the big question. It's gone now, though. We've had enough controversy in this first 45. Probably have a highlights reel that will last 15 minutes. Well, we said that Yamashita was in there to add that solidity along with Dylan Fox, but Yamashita's looked a little bit at sorts as this half has progressed. Needs to just tighten that bit up. That's a better ball from him into the middle of the park. Shah, Sumi, and again Subaric, who, to be quite honest, hasn't really broken sweat in today's game, has he?
I think so, and I think the past or the last 20 minutes or so, BG Tampines, they've been disappointing, especially going forwards. The intensity is not there. They're very pedestrian. Yamashita and Dylan Fox not finding the midfielders quick enough. That's so easy for Balestier, and here they come again. Lovely little triangle. Tin Matic playing that one wide to Katusa. They're getting bodies forwards as well. There are 5 Reds getting forwards very, very quickly. Vujanic just playing that one out wide. Now a little bit of normality has come back into the game. Subaric. Harry looks for a little give and go. Nice play from him. Gets the delivery in as well. The little nick on, looking for the far post. However, defended and hooked away from Joel Chu. Well, it's been a very impressive first half for Balestier, I got to say. They've been the better team.
We are going to have a much more competitive league this year. You look at the way that Tanjong Pagar played last night as well, and Balestier are coming to the party, although we weren't a million miles away last year either. Just trying the little give and go on the edge of the box. Of course, Daru no longer in charge, which is why Marko Kraljevic is there. Yoshimoto not happy with what was going on ahead of him, so keeps it simple.
Nicely done from Balestier, just getting back into position, trying to stop the counter-attack.
Got a nice shape, haven't they? When they're out of possession, they do funnel back in. They just got caught that once, if you remember, where Harith got sucked in. That offside decision was given against Bohajia. He's Shah in the wide area. Here is Bohajia. Three yellow shirts crowding around Lazar Bujanic, who does well to retain possession. Mustafic clears his lines. Sugita has that never say die attitude, and reminds me of you, Sashi, when you play. No, I'm being serious. Going around and putting themselves in and putting in those little niggly challenges all the time.
Yeah,
Vitally important.
Yeah, at the moment they're just winning the first ball, the second balls as well, and PG Tampines need to really improve in the second half. And that ball as well, it's a loose one.
Those long balls aren't working now,
yeah,
and Balestier have worked this out, haven't they?
Absolutely, and so pedestrian at the back as well. They're not playing it quickly. Intensity is so slow.
Be interesting to see what Noraman does say to them at half-time. Body's all over the place at the moment. Which way is that free kick going to go?
And if they are to challenge the Lion City Sailors, they've got to do much better, because yesterday when Lion City Sailors played against the Young Lions, yeah, they were playing against a much weaker side, but the intensity was there. They were going forwards with you know, everything they've got. That has to be the...
Well, it's a prerequisite, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have
exactly,
to do that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sumi skips past a couple of challenges. Sega Sumi. Tried to catch Mustafic out at that near post area, and well, hits it behind, and he catches the stanchion.
Very impressive run there from Sega Sumi. He's not only a defensive mid, he's got great footwork as well, strength. And this time just going on the outside. Probably could have gone across goal.
Just looking to create that yard, didn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you what, he almost outfoxed Mustafic in goal there, didn't he? Well, we're 8 minutes into the 11 that's added on at the end of this first half as Yamashita drills that one forward. Lovely little layoff though from Higashikawa. You could just see there the intelligence from Kazama, just having to wait that extra second before finding Yoshimoto. Subaric with a header. Hooked away, Yamashita on the ball. In front Najib. That's a lovely little give and go. Bohajia fires it back. Chance for Sumi. Offside, surely. Big, strong save again, though, from Mustafic. Well, he's had a blinder in this first half. He really has, the keeper. He's pulled off two really good, important saves to keep his side in it. And there, not afraid to go and dive at the feet of the attacker, Higashikawa.
He's so mobile, very fast and agile as well. And this was a very good ball in from Sega Sumi. He's onside because of Harith Kanadi down this near side. Look at that ball from Sega Sumi. Very intelligent. Higashikawa disappointed with his first touch there.
That makes it a brilliant save.
Exactly.
Because he was onside.
Exactly.
Harith, you're right, was playing him onside there.
Yeah, brilliant.
Brilliant save from the keeper. That's three top draw saves in this half, Sashi, that has kept Balestier right in this game. Katusa. Bojanic. Lovely ball spread out to that far side. Wonderful. And a nice touch as well from Ignatia Sang off the chest, but the flag's gone up for offside.
What a ball that was from Vujanic, left-footed. Superb breaking ball.
That'd have been very close to the offside decision. Ignatia Sang will be a little bit disappointed. He was looking right across the line there, so he shouldn't really get caught in an offside position as a wide player when that happens. Dylan Fox keeps things simple into the last few seconds of time added on at the end of this first 45. Almost looks as though BG Tampines are kind of accepting that at the moment. Shah finds Sumi.
Just imagine playing almost an hour of a first half.
Well, they say that you've got to be ready, and you should be ready to play 120 minutes, but that obviously extends when you do have VAR decisions that do need to be checked. Well, it started well for BG Tampines. Higashikawa got fortuitous with a rebound that fell to him, and he slotted it home for his first of the season, which put a big smile on his face. Mustafic couldn't do anything about the goal, but has pulled off 2 or 3 absolute top draw saves to keep Balestier in this game. They did equalise through Sugita just before the half-hour mark. And I tell you what, we've got a game on here at our Tampines Hub. It's BG Tampines Rovers 1, Balestier Khalsa 1. Very warm welcome back to our Tampines Hub. It is the SPL, it is BG Tampines Rovers taking on Balestier Khalsa. We're currently 1-1, and it's because we've had 11 minutes of time added on at the end of that first 45 because of two big incidents and VAR checks, and we'll go through the highlights now. Sashi Kumar, the goal when it came was fortuitous. It was a ricochet that found its way eventually to Higashikawa off Joel Chu, but then the defender got involved here. It was actually Lazar Vujanic who it came off, fell to the striker who slotted it home.
Yeah, it was well worked initially. Higashikawa with that flick on for Joel Chu, and then his attempted shot was deflected and then off Vujanic. Very unlucky, but it was lucky for BG Tampines, I guess. Higashikawa, he has still to finish that one off, and he did.
Yeah, they took 5 or 6 minutes to have another look at it. You'll see here where the ricochet comes from. There's Joel Chu, looks, just tries to go for goal. And because he's gone for goal, it doesn't matter where the striker is. But because of the ricochet, it managed to fall to Higashikawa, who slotted it home. They did have another couple of opportunities, but Mustafic has been fantastic in goal. Pulled off a good save there down at that near post area.
Yeah, exactly. That was his first of the 3, I think, and this was a well-worked move as well. The ball in, coming in for Yoshimoto, but having gone inside, probably should have taken it with his right foot, or a layoff for Segasumi, who was bombing into the penalty area.
But you have to say, Balestier are nothing but resilient. They've come forwards, they've been strong, they've been solid. And again, this is a bizarre goal because he's kicked the ground, hasn't he, Sugita? And then because of that, with the follow-through and the amount of power he's put into the strike, it's put that top spin on the ball and totally outfoxed Shazwan Bahari in goal.
Exactly, and good work from Katusa initially, and then that was the shot. And totally caused that bounce just in front, and then goalkeeper had no chance at all. And well, it doesn't matter how it gone in, it is a goal, and they probably deserve that one as well.
Yeah, they did. You just saw that dip on the ball. Then we thought that Balestier had got themselves a penalty. Harith making that run forwards, and you could see Yamashita saying, no, I never touched him. He received a yellow card, which later got rescinded. But the officials looked at this, and again, you can just see the movement of Harith when he went to ground. The contact wasn't there, so we took about 5 minutes to come to this decision. The right decision for you, Sash?
Yeah, right call, definitely. And if you just look at that replays against Yamashita, he just withdrew his right foot, and Harith Kennedy getting the yellow card instead.
And then right at the end of this half, a stunning save it was. Sumi, who's been all over the place. Higashikawa with what was a poor first touch in the end, but Mustafic came dashing off his line. And again, when we see the second angle of this, Sashi, Harith playing them all onside.
Exactly. The ball in from Trent Berger, but what a wonderful ball this was from Segasumi as well. Intelligence, but Mustafic off his line very quickly. Look at this speed as well, and bravery.
Oh, he's going to be in with a shout of man of the match, that's for sure, the way that he's played. The possession has been in favour of BG Tampines Rovers, as you would expect. 7 attempts as opposed to 3. 2 on target as opposed to 1, but the corners from Balestier. And it doesn't tell you all the justification that Balestier and the hard work that they've been doing in that final third either, does it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's finally poised for the second half. We want to see more from BG Tampines as an attacking force.
This is the final game then of match week 4 here in the SPL. Hougang going down to Albirex, Geylang winning, and the Lion City Sailors winning as well. We're 1-1 at half-time at our Tampines Hub, so there's all to play for in the second 45 minutes in this, the final game of this round. It is BG Tampines Rovers 1, Balestier Khalsa 1. Second half coming up in a few moments' time. Very warm welcome back to our Tampines Hub. What an intriguing game we have here at the end of round 4 in the SPL. BG Tampines Rovers 1, Balestier Khalsa 1. Higashikawa scoring after just 6 minutes. A fortuitous ricochet that fell his way. Lazar Ujanic it was who came off before falling to Higashikawa. 2 scorers. Gavin Lee is looking on, the interim national team coach at the moment. Plenty on his mind as they go up against Hong Kong next month to turn around and see if they can qualify for the first time ever through qualification to get to the Asian Cup. They did, of course, qualify as hosts back in 1984, which Saudi Arabia went on to win. Did you know that, Sashi?
Nope.
Do you know who told me that? Farouk Al-Kaf. I was talking to him a little bit earlier on, and he said he went to all the games. It was such a big thing when it was here, and it was a Saudi Arabia-China final, and it was the Saudis that came through on top. But can Singapore make it through to that? That would be absolutely awesome. The big question is can BG Tampines make it through this man? Because Mustafic has pulled off 2 or 3 absolute top draw saves in that first half to keep Balestier in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in that last bit of action. BG Tampines looked threatening, but I've got to say, the balance of play has been really even, and Balestier Khalsa posed a couple of problems for this BG Tampines side. They've made a change as well.
Yeah, they have made a change, and it is going to be Glenn Quay that comes on. It is going to be Koya Kazama that goes off. Interesting. Just wonder what Noor Rahman has seen there. Maybe just needs that little bit of extra flair and ability going forwards. There's the man with the flair and ability for Balestier, because he's the man that scored the equaliser. Somewhat unorthodox, it has to be said. You could see that big chunk of rubber come off the ground because he kicked the ground first before hitting the ball, and that put a lot of top spin on it and totally outfoxed Shazwan Buhari in goal, which is just before the half-hour mark. So plenty to go on. Glenn Quay then is coming on. Koya Kazama goes off.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, this change. It probably, I feel that Glenn will play out on the right-hand side and Trent Boagia will go down the left with Joel Chu just playing behind the striker.
That's going to be interesting to see what they do and how they do it. There's a man who's had a very interesting first at 45 minutes. 11 minutes of time added on we had at the end of that first 45. Those 2 big decisions. That first goal with the ricochet and that penalty decision which saw Harith get a yellow card, and a yellow card overturned for Yamashita in what was a suspected penalty decision. Was adjudged to have dived Harith Kanadi, which is why the yellow card went to him instead. So we're almost all set to go, and it will be BG Tampines Rovers that get us underway, kicking from right to left. Can they up their game? What was said at half-time, Sashi, to put a little bit of fire in the bellies of this Stags team?
I think more intensity, nothing much really, because in terms of player-wise, they've got everyone. And just got to up the tempo a little bit. Got Glenn Quay playing out on the left-hand side, so I think Trent Boagia just still plays out wide on the right-hand side, and Joel Chu just behind the striker. Early foul by Ignatius.
He did catch him as well,
yeah,
to be fair, Yoshimoto, but he got away with that, Ignatius Ang. And Joel seems to be playing a more centralised role at the start of this second half. There is Sugita in a little live wire for Balestier, and all over that front line. Dispossessed. Joel waits for the run. Higashikawa gets there. They have bodies in the box, and their bodies arriving as well. Fired into that far post area. Glenn Quay just couldn't bring that one under control. As it is, they clear their lines at Balestier.
Yeah, ball just fired across goal there.
Yoshimoto Shah just keeping things simple. Shah pivotal to this BG Tampines side. Signed a 5-year deal back in 2022. That was the faith that was shown by the club in him. And they try and build the team around him. Lovely little ball forwards. Here's Sumi. Fan just slowing things down as well. Quay just waiting for that little bit of support from Yoshimoto, who goes back inside. Shah clips one over the top. Higashikawa brings it down, and the substitutes on spot. Glenn Quay slots it home, but the arm goes up from the referee for offside. It won't count.
Well, offside has got to be against Glenn Quay. And obviously, this will be checked. But what a ball that was from Shah. This was the ball.
He looks onside there.
It's onside here. Just
both of them.
Just take a look at Glenn.
That looks as though we may see...
I think it's going to be... Oof, there's no offside there.
There's not with the chest down. Is it that first ball forwards? And he looks as though he's in line, Higashikawa.
Yeah.
And if he's in line, he's onside. So this one will be checked again.
Yeah, I think this goal will be, or will count. In terms of offside, didn't really see any. And if there was, it wasn't against Glenn. It has to be against Higashikawa. A close one there.
What a game he's had. I mean, you wouldn't want to be the referee in a game like today, would you? I mean, it's these decisions, and the majority of them, you have to turn around. He is getting right. There's no question about that.
I think that's important, isn't it? This was the one, I think, that...
There you go. The goal has been awarded. And that's the correct decision.
Yeah, rightly so.
So, what an inspired substitution that is from Matnaraman. Makes the change. He's had 2 touches since coming on, Glenn Quay.
Yep.
And the second one, he's putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, inspiring indeed. But, yeah, he had to go across goal, and he did just that. This was a superb ball in from Shah Shahiran. Started from there. And then that was an assist, definitely, from Higashikawa. Could Mustapic have done a little bit better there? A little bit too close to his body, maybe.
Good finish.
Yeah.
Very, very good finish indeed. Well, it's up to Balestier to come forwards, and a little flick up in the air. Ignatius Ang on the end of that, brings it down under control. And who's there mopping things up? Glenn Quay. He needed to be as well, because Balestier looking to strike straight back.
Yeah, brilliant ball in from the left-hand side, and nicely taken down as well from Ignatius. Just cushioned the ball. There was the ball in from Gattuso. That Mandik just couldn't get the right contact on the ball. Glenn Quay does well just to get back in time.
Corner whipped in. Madhu almost on the end of it, but just couldn't get that telling connection.
Yeah, rose up the highest there, and we know what Madhu can do.
You've got to feel a little bit, don't you, for Marko Kraljevic and his Balestier side. Those are the fine margins that we're playing with. And when you have VAR, those fine margins need to be right, and the decisions are correct. But Balestier will have to hang on a little bit here, because Glenn Quay is on the ball yet again. Cuts back inside this time, keeps it simple. Shah finds Sumi. Yoshimoto took down the line. Glenn with the ball back in the middle. Madhu tees it up. Shah, they don't deal with it. That's poor, poor defending from Balestier. And 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Is that what's going to undo Balestier here at our Tampines Hub? Good work and great running off the ball from BG Tampines.
Yeah, you know, they should have done this, done better. And Madhu there, that's not a great touch. The cutback from Glenn. Shah won't miss from there. Madhu Mohana asking for a handball there. That, oh, I tell you what, Higashikawa, this will be checked. No?
It possibly could be. It's his first goal of the season. That will please him.
Having said that, that's a poor touch from Madhu Mohana, just putting the ball back into play, into the path of Shah Shahiran.
It is being checked for a possible handball as well, so we're going to have a few more minutes here. Poor Farhan Mohammed. Had a good season last year, 16 games in the SPL. Just 59 yellow cards in those 16 games, only 3 straight reds, so someone that can communicate with the players, which is important. So this is what we're looking at here. Right, there's the chest
handball.
and the arm, and
And he did
scoop it.
Yeah, he did scoop it. It's handball. It has to be.
Well, you can see him just trying to explain to the players that are going up and questioning him. You see Madhu there just having a quiet word. Of course, that was the rule that was brought in. The captain's allowed to go and speak to the referee, but you can always have that little friendly chat with them. It is being checked. Another one.
Jeez, we're going to play another 60 minutes in the second half.
They're talking that it could be an on-field review here, where we may actually see Farhan Mohammed go over to the screen, and that is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think again it has to be the right call, and so far he's got it right, and Farah just smiling, and he knows.
Well, he spent most of his time there, hasn't he? You're not going to get home in time for your tea tonight, are you, Sashi, with all these VAR decisions? Let's have a look. It does scoop up. It hits the knee, and the arm just scoots forward. It hits the almost like the bicep, but the question is it below the cuff of the shirt? And again, these are these little rules that are in play, but the arm does sweep and it does make contact with the ball. They have gained an advantage. The question is how do the officials see this?
Listen, I think the movement of his hands as well, he was just moving towards it. There was a little bit of a swing. I'm sure it's going to be chopped off. There you go. Right call.
Shah looking on, so he doesn't get his first goal of the season. We've got to reset our scoreboard as well. And it's still only 2-1. A lot more positive, though, isn't it, from BG Tampines right at the start of this second 45. That will please Matna Raman. Balestier come again, though. Alith just keeps it simple. Sugita does likewise. Yoshimoto all the way back to Shazam Bahari.
Well, lifeline for Balestier, still in it. Only 2-1 down.
Correct decisions, though, as Yoshimoto fires that one out wide. A chance here. Bahajia checks back inside. Bahajia! Another big save from Mustafic. Shah with the follow-up volley goes just wide, but again, the Balestier goalkeeper right up to task.
Well, firstly, the ball from Yoshimoto was brilliant, and the way he went past Harith Kanadi then, keeper again got in the way. Brilliant save. But Yoshimoto was brilliant there.
Lovely trick, though, wasn't it, from Trent Bahajia? Manu Mahana just kept going, couldn't he? Couldn't stop at all. It was a lovely little check and turn. from Trent, as it is. Another good, big, important save for Mustafic, which does keep his side in the game still.
Yeah, you're right. And as an attacking force, Balestier haven't really got going.
No, they haven't. Here comes Higashikawa again. This time, Madu with a timely interception.
Superb block there from the skipper. Had to get in the way. Higashikawa going for power with a shot. And there was the ball that was played in, and Manamana just brilliant coming across.
Good first touch though from Higashikawa to get it out of his feet. Get that strike away. Chonchu twisting and turning. Don't clear their lines well enough though. Bahajia keeps it simple. Irfan back inside. Chance here. Yoshimoto. Well, it was almost like twinkle toes. He stepped in and around all the challenges that were coming in, and you thought he was going to go all the way. However, it fell in the end to Segasumi, who just skies it over the top.
Yeah, he's very neat and tidy on the ball. And Segasumi wouldn't want to look at the replays again. Not the best.
Better closing down. There is more intent here from BG Tampines at the start of this second 45 minutes. Mandic gets upended. Did well there to hold off the challenge of Yoshimoto. Found himself tucked inside there, Harith.
He's got to be careful. Harith Kanadi, I think he was the one who went through Yamashita. He's already on a yellow card.
There's the man that scored the equaliser in that first half, Sugita. There's Harith, goes all the way through and in, and it's just clumsy. But again, you're giving the referee the opportunity to do something. Rather than make that rash decision, just check your run. So we're almost at the hour mark. Might get 11 minutes added at the end of this half as well, Sashi.
Yeah.
Madu with a good strong challenge. Matic gets it back, has time and space to attack. That looked like solid defending from Segasumi, but he did make contact with Tim Matic, and it's a dangerous position.
Yeah, I think he was saying he got the ball. Just coming across Matic. To be fair, well, this is a good challenge.
Well, we saw a goal, an absolute stunner from exactly the same position yesterday from Bruno Deval from Tanjong Pagar. Can lightning strike twice? That's going to be the question. You do know that Vujanic, we saw him spraying those balls, particularly from left to right with that left foot, can cause all sorts of problems. Sugita, we've seen him hit them from here before in seasons gone by and score goals, so there can be a threat here. Vujanic goes for power. Went straight through the wall, and Sezwan Buhari, at full stretch there, had to push that behind.
Yeah, just superb technique on that one. Just putting his laces through the ball. Don't exactly know from there whether it was going in or not, but goalkeeper wasn't to know.
You can tell how much pace was on it because our guys down there with the cameras just couldn't keep up with it. That's how well he struck that ball. Another corner for Balestier, whipped into the danger zone, but comfortable and easy for Sezwan Buhari, who releases it quickly. And there's no one there. Dalentay makes a hash of it. In the end, has to go back to Mustafic. Well, they got away with that one, Balestier.
There was a foul on Segasumi there. Foul foul given. BG Tampines will take this.
They do have their noses in front. That substitution really helping. Nice ball played into the channel. No one going with Higashikawa, who has acres of space. Up against Darren Tate. Yoshimoto. Shah. Yoshimoto. Higashikawa. Those three making themselves a little triangle. BG Tampines electing to keep possession. Shah with the outside of the foot, lovely ball forwards. Wahajia, and again off his line in a flash is Mustafic to deal with that.
Yeah, so quick off the line again. Good ball in from Shah. Wahajia just going past Madhu.
He's got something about him, hasn't he, the keeper, Mustafic?
Yeah.
Brave as you like as well. That's the second or third time he's actually dived at somebody. Big switch, no free kick awarded. Not going to keep that one in play on that occasion, though, is Trent Wahajia.
Yeah, Harith Kanadi again this time going down, and I think there was a little bit of a contact. A little bit unlucky not to be given down with cramps now.
That's one of the worst things that you can have when you play. Those calves cramp up. Rahman, of course, in charge, taking over from Akbar Nawaz, who won the Community Shield in the opening game and won silverware against the Lion City Sailors. There's that coming together.
Yeah, I think he went down a little bit too easily again. Need to be a little bit stronger, Harith.
He's looking for the change, though.
Yeah.
He's just signalled to the bench. Sumi switch wings, hasn't he? Trent Wahajia tucks it in the channel. It's a nice run. Higashikawa finds Yoshimoto. Sharp. A lot of work coming down this left-hand side now for BG Tampines. Dylan Fox. Sharp. Wahajia. Full ball didn't go out of play. Play continues. Yoshimoto pulls it back. Good defending from Harith Kanadi on that occasion. Had to tuck in and deal with the ball.
Well, I think the Balestier players need to play to the whistle, because the ball, there was no whistle, so just play on. Harith Kanadi goes down, definitely struggling. He will be replaced. This was the decision there.
There's no way that full ball was over the line.
Exactly, and the players got to just play to the whistle. And that could have gone in the other end, and BG Tampines could have scored.
You have to remember that the full circumference of the ball has to cross the whole of the line. So any part of that ball is on the line.
It's in play.
Or in play, it is in play. So you have to carry on. That Dylan Fox who's down. He looks like he's getting a little rub. Hamstrings and calves getting a little bit tight. Alice worked hard in this game. Did get that yellow card for diving, as it were, in the box. We have to call it as it is. That's what it was eventually given for. Yamashita having his yellow card rescinded. That was the penalty decision that led to a 5-minute delay in that first half, whilst VAR checked and checked and checked again, because it was very, very touch and go to see what was going to happen. It looks as though it is going to be Furu Iyad who comes on, the 24-year-old. This will be his 4th appearance from the bench so far this season. Matic gets it back under control. Vujanic as well keeps possession. Balestier look to try and get back into some sort of form that we saw in that first 45 minutes. They've been a little bit out of sorts this second half. You have to say whatever Matt Naraman said to his team at half-time. Certainly put a little bit of fire in their bellies. They've come out this second half and have looked a lot more positive. Madhu, that long ball forwards. Ignatius doing well to get his body in the way there. Ignatius and waiting for support. Shah has to come across and help Yoshimoto. That goes out for a throw. We'll have that change now. In fact, we're going to have a double change as well by the looks of it.
Yeah, last action for Ignatius.
Ignatius goes off. Daniel Go comes on for him. So there's confirmations of the 2 substitutions. Now everybody arguing over half a yard for that free kick. But a chance here. Mandic is a big lad. Matic can get in the end and on the end of things. Subaric is another big lad in there. Madhu Mahana, they do have the height. If the delivery's right, they're going to cause teams problems this season. Sugita can put it on a 10-cent coin. He really can. Let's have a look what quality he's got here. Fires this one in. Good defending in the end. Darren Tate flicking that one forwards. A little bit of skill from Katuza. Fired back in again. Headed away from Dylan Fox.
Yeah, that was a good ball in. Whipped in. Very difficult to defend. BG Tampines does well there.
Almost got away with that one. Higashikawa just couldn't retain the possession though, and Balestier now look as though they're the ones that are trying to come forwards. A long-range shot just dipping in front of Shazwan Buhari, and yet again causing all sorts of problems.
Yeah, just allowed to run and run and run, and Glenn Quay should have done better there. And the bounce just in front of Shazwan. He does well just to get his body behind the ball.
No one going and fronting up Katusa, who was allowed to run with the time and space there. The 24-year-old Croatian, ball fired in dangerously. Shazwan Buhari on this occasion just fists it away to safety. Katusa drills it back in. Madhu finishes it with aplomb. My goodness, that was the finish of a top draw striker. Madhu Mahana with a wonderful cushion side foot back across goal and into that far post area. Was it a pass? Who knows? Take nothing away from the finish in the end. And Balestier, who haven't been at the races this second half, get themselves back out of jail and back into this game with an absolute sublime finish from the centre-back.
Oh, that was just class from Madhu Mohana, and this time it's going to count, because look at that finish, that touch. And take nothing away from that cross from Katusa as well. Brilliantly done. And that touch from Madhu Mohana, that was just brilliant.
Well, he's turned the clock back a little bit there, Madhu Mahana, hasn't he? It's his first goal of the season for the 34-year-old. What a finish that was. It's his 4th season as well at Balestier. And none will please him more than getting that goal there. What a finish that was from the centre-back. Sashi, there's only a few of us that can do that.
And coming from a defender as well, that was just brilliant, wasn't it, from Madhu Mohana?
That's going to be a yellow card. Yoshimoto goes into the book to be the first BG Tampines Rovers player to go into the book. course, Yamashita had his rescinded in that first half, and quite clearly.
Oh,
It's the both arms and the
yeah,
top.
it's clear. You've got to be careful as well, because Daniel Go is in play, or he's playing now as a substitute, and he will be very direct playing against Yoshimoto.
He's still only 23 years old, so it's going to be a big learning curve for him today, because he's going to have to just be careful now, Yoshimoto. This game has just come alive again. 2-2, incidents all over the place. It really has been a real showcase for the league. Good open play from both sides as well. None more so than Balestier, who, if we are being honest, Sashi, and we have to be, who have surprised probably a lot of people tonight, the way that they've played.
Yeah, very much so. And for moments in the second half, you maybe thought that BG Tampines were running away with it in terms of their performance, and they could have gotten a few more goals, but they've kept at it, kept in the game. Mr. Pitch has been wonderful in goal. As long as you don't put the game away, always stand a chance to come back.
Tampines are going to make a couple of changes. They're not happy with the way things are going at the moment. It does look as though it's Jacob Myla who's coming on, and Saifullah Akbar, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll hold on a moment for those changes, because I don't think Noraman will want to change anything until after this set play, or will he? That's going to be the question. Segasumi is going out. So is Joel Chu. They are going to happen now, the substitutions. So Jacob Myla will come on.
Yeah, they're probably one-for-one changes as well. Jacob Mahler, more of a defensive midfielder, so he comes on for Segasumi, and Saifullah Akbar, more of an offensive midfielder.
Jacob Mahler, who signed this year. Montong United had a spell over there in Thailand. Saifullah's been at the club for a couple of seasons now, but they are going to have to defend here, because Balestier are coming forwards. Vujanic from range, little ricochet going in favour of Balestier. Sharp tries to calmly pass that one out, but Dallin will get there first. Dallin Tate keeps possession. Sugita gives it away, picked up by Yoshimoto. We could be in for a bit of a grandstand finish here, Sashi. What a lovely touch that is from Higashigawa. It is the substitute, Saifullah, who gets closed down very, very quickly by Lazar Vujanic, and it's going to be a corner.
Yeah, Vujanic does well here just to get back. And that touch from Higashikawa was superb, wasn't it? A deft touch for Saifullah. He just didn't have the legs to carry the ball forward. And this was the touch from Higashikawa, just going from back to front quickly. There. Oh. Saifullah.
Not a lot you can do about that, is there really? Corner whipped in, free header! Dylan Fox, was it, who got on the end of that?
Tell you what, anywhere to the sides, that will be goal number 3 for BG Tampines, straight at the goalkeeper. He's injured himself.
He's struggling with his calf, isn't he, Dylan Fox? Totally unmarked though.
Yeah.
Popped up out of nowhere, the 31-year-old. Free as a bird, goes, attacks it. Anywhere but straight down the throat of the keeper, and that's the back of the net.
The marking was poor, and straight at the goalkeeper. He's struggling with his left calf.
Has a lot of experience, had a couple of years at the Central Coast Mariners over in the A-League, and had 5 years at Wellington Phoenix when they joined the A-League as well, before having a stint in Korea. Played for 3 different clubs in India in the Indian Super League. Goa, North East and Jamshedpur. That was where he picked up that injury, and then went over to Europe and had a season at Lahti over in Finland before moving over here to Singapore. Loves it here as well. Really, really enjoying his time and his football. And that's not good news though.
Yeah, Noraman has got to make a decision whether the make a change. Just looking at the... Yeah, he's got Amirul Adli in there as well. Even Jacob Marler can play as a centre-back, but it's a thumbs up at the moment.
Yeah, Amirul Adli looks the more likely if they're going to change anything, right?
Yeah.
Of course, been playing for the national team in those games against India. Well, we're going to have a very interesting last 15 minutes. It's been one of the most open games of the season so far. Possibly one of the games of the season, the way that these two sides have gone against each other. Nice ball clipped over the top. Easily dealt with, and Yamashita just clears his lines. Headed back from Vujanic. Footel's been busy down that left-hand side since coming on.
Yeah, I think he was coming back from an offside position.
Got those fresh legs, hasn't he? And almost basically the coach is saying to him, look, you haven't played the first hour and 10 minutes, so go out there and just give me everything you've got. I want you up and down for the remainder of the game, and that's exactly what Footel's doing. Yamashita, lovely ball. Well read though, comfortable. Subaric doing well, but just got away with that one. It is again. Shah just clipping that one forwards. Again on the ball, fires into the box. Darren Tay missed it, but I tell you who didn't. The substitute again. Glenn Quay with a lovely little left foot cushion into that far corner. He gave the keeper, Mustafic, absolutely no chance. Darren Tay not aware that Glenn Quay was coming in round the back, but what a finish.
What a ball this was as well from Shah again, and Darren Tay just caught napping, didn't know exactly where Glenn Quay was, but I tell you what, again, what a finish. We talked about Madhu's finish there, and this one was a controlled left-footed finish into the far corner.
How many times have we seen players just lash at the ball? But there, Glenn Quay with his second goal of the night, his third of the season, with what was a very, very comfortable cushion. Almost a pass into that far corner. Fantastic finish from him. Well, they've got to do it all over again now, Balestier. No free kick awarded. Vujanic tries to get things moving again. So we're going to have a bit of a grandstand 15 minutes. It's going to be a grandstand 10 minutes now because Balestier are on fire as well. Coming forwards, great ball in, and again Yamashita having to just stick that leg out and put it behind for a corner.
One thing's for sure, they are not giving up. Balestier Khalsa, great play in the middle of the park firstly from Vujanic, and then Katusa just going past Irfan easily there, gotta say, and his cutback was met by a BG Tampines player.
Goals between these two sides last season. They've already served up 6 here, and there's less opportunity. Of course, they played each other 4 times last year. Ball fired in. It's a decent ball as well, but Seswan Bahari had to get his hands just right for that one, and did.
Yeah, the ball was a little bit too high perhaps, and easy for Shazwan in the end.
Glenn Quay, of course, did score in that game against Tanjung Pagar as well, which they won 3-0. Can they hang on? Balestier look as though they're getting ready to make a change, another change. Saw a little bit of movement down there on the bench. Big strong challenge coming in from Madhu. Shaban, we believe he's coming on up front, and he's going to be coming on for Bogdan Mandic by the looks of things. PG Tampines now looking to try and keep the ball a little bit more. Time and space in the middle of the park. Just help forwards and into that wide area. So Fuller, nice little ball, played back out. Bohagia pulls it back, and again, is it a hat-trick? Oh my goodness, he's lashed at it rather than just tucking it. If he'd have hit that ball like he hit the one where he got his second goal, a hat-trick written all over it for Glenn Quaid, but unfortunately skies it.
Yeah, great play down the right-hand side. Bohagia with the cutback, and then good first touch, I gotta say. And then, like you said, just lashed at it. Didn't have that control that he needed.
So here we go. 24-year-old Ifat Shaban is the man that comes on. Bogdan Mandic is the man that goes off. Straight away, Ifat looking to get involved and causes a nuisance, which means they come away with the ball. Launch clear. Dylan Fox again in the right place at the right time. Darren Tay plays it wide. That's a good turn. Daniel Go beat the first man but couldn't beat Shah. Who has enough composure to just take his time. Glenn Quaid flicks it on. That's well worked from Saiful Akbar. Glenn Quaid could be the absolute hero tonight. That's a lovely ball pinged across though from Yoshimoto. Bohagia, who's just come alive in the last 5 minutes or so, and I tell you what, that wouldn't have been far away unless Subarich got that big head in the way and flicked it behind for a corner.
Yeah, great play down the left-hand side. Showed loads of composure in terms of defending, keeping the ball, and then coming out. This was a great ball in Yoshimoto, and then Bohagia, they just forgot the ball for a bit there. And, took a shot in the end off Subarich corner.
I think that's probably the only mistake he's made of the night, really, isn't it? He's worked his socks off for sure. And Bradley does look as though he's going to come on in a second as they flick that one clear. It's only to the edge of the box, fired in. Well, it's turned around and it's hit Yamashita, who was standing on the 6-yard line, and now Balestier look to try and break forwards. It's a big, strong challenge coming in from Tim Matic on Glenn Quaid, but they'll take their time with this one.
Yeah, everything's happening here in this game. The ball away from Matic. This shot was on target, I gotta say, off a BG player.
Yeah, Higashiawa it was who was in the way. I thought it was Yamashita, but it was the striker. He was trying to just deflect that one in. He's had enough controversy for the day. Well, they'll know they've been in a game here, and with 2 games coming up in the next 7 days for PG Tampines, they would have liked to have had a little bit of an easier run. No questions, Shazwan Bahari was going to get there first. Trim Bohagia just keeps it simple down the line. So for Akbar, who's worked incredibly hard since coming on. Back on the ball. Shah feeds it into Higashigawa. It's a little bit short, but got away with it. Yoshimoto, a little bit of composure. The hero, Glenn Quaid, tucks it down the line, delivered into the box. Marumahana just clears it to Darren Tay, who looks to come forwards. Good feet from Daniel Go. 5 red shirts looking to get forwards here as well. It's 5 on 4 if they use it right and use it quickly. Time and space, Sugita just couldn't bring it under control. And now it's going to go straight up the other end.
Oh, that was really good play till the end, Balestier. Sugita just running out of time and space.
They've got bodies here though. Glenn Quay just tucks it forwards, makes a run inside. Higashikawa gets the corner. Subaric just getting a little nick on that.
Yeah, good defending, Subaric on the cover. Higashikawa had an option to play it in the middle, went for goal. Just sticks out his left foot. Subaric.
They will take their time, and we will have that substitution now. Looks like if Najib will be the player that goes off, as it's going to be Amrul Adli that comes on. Caps for the 29-year-old Amrul Adli. He'll just slot straight in there, no problem. Almost a like for like. Glenn Quay takes it. There's something's happened off the ball there, and Yakov Katusa is down.
Yeah, something happened there off the ball, and Farhad saw that, so he's pulled it up for a foul.
Well, they are going to check and have a little look at this. Not really too much in
nothing in there. Jacob Mahler.
There's a little bit of contact, but not too much. Jacob Mahler, of course, 25 years old now. 7 years at the Young Lions before really kick-starting his career. Always be remembered for that equaliser that he scored against China in March 2024 in those World Cup qualifiers.
I think the corner is going to be retaken.
Yeah, he blew the whistle before, so because of that, the corner will be taken again. And again, that is a correct decision because the ball is not in play.
Yeah.
You have to say the officials have got everything spot on tonight, to be fair. Sharp. Dinked into that far post area. Joel Chu back across goal. Madhu Mahana with a header away. Not far enough, but the red shirts are picking this one up. They couldn't make inroads. 3 yellow shirts back, telling you that they don't want to sacrifice too many bodies forwards. Balestier being forced to go and press high up the field of play into the final minute. Come on, Sashi, earn your money. How much time added on are we going to have? We had 11 the first half.
I'd say 10.
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
I say 10 because there were 2, I think, VAR decisions in the second half as well.
We have, but they weren't 5-minute decisions. They were a little bit quicker. They were a little bit quicker, to be honest. PG Tampines will take their time over everything now, though, as you might well expect. They've earned the right to do that. They are leading. You're absolutely spot on, Sashi. Oh, my goodness. So we've got another 10% at the end of this half. So the players are going to have played 110 minutes in this one.
Yeah, Sugita with a foul on Saifullah. Yes, blatant one as well. Just trying to stop Saifullah for the counter.
Not even close, is it? Again, easy decision for the officials. And a yellow card. That's just a little bit of frustration more than anything. 3 goals in 29 games last season for Masahiro Sugita.
Well, they should have encouragement here, Balestier. They've got 10 minutes to go. Long time. Still get back into this game.
Yeah, the game's not over.
Yep.
The game's not dead. They have done it before in this one. Went 1-0 down, came back. Went 2-1 down, came back. They're working hard. Ball just tucked into the channel again. Daniel Go. Good defending note from Yoshimoto, who won't react because he's on a yellow card.
Yeah, just used his body very well there, Yoshimoto. Just to shepherd the ball out, and no chance for Daniel Go to get around him.
Well, they will take their time now. Don't want to rush anything. This will be a very, very hard-earned 3 points for Tampines if they do take victory here. Ball fired in. Yamashita with the header away. Easily won back though by Bojanic. Nice ball, Matic into the middle, and oh dear, Ifat just went straight through Dylan Fox there. Yamashita not happy at all. Well, the 24-year-old Ifat Shaban, who came on as a sub, just lunged straight in there and did catch Dylan Fox.
Oh, that was a good ball, wasn't it, from Matic? That was a lunge there by Ifat, although the ball was there to be won, but probably his right foot was a little bit too high, I have to say. Just went right through Dylan Fox there.
Could be a yellow card, just needs to walk away, just calm down. They are looking at that as a serious foul play incident. He's entitled to go for the ball. I mean, you know, you've got to go there and you've got to try and win it, Ifan Shaban, but it was a little bit reckless.
Because the ball was played in an area where it's so difficult for a defender.
That's the hardest to defend, isn't it, Sash? When it's in between the goalkeeper and the defender, that's the hardest position, because the defender doesn't know whether to go for it, the goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come out.
And when the defender is facing his own goal as well, it's running back into a defensive position, it's so difficult.
Well, he's going to know he's been in a game tonight, Dylan Fox. Nothing that a nice, good ice bath won't solve.
Yep.
We'll have another minute or two added on, because obviously the clock has stopped while that injury has happened. Now going to see a change. Higashikawa is going off. Taufik Supano is coming on, the man that was left out of the starting lineup today. From now, apparently there is going to be at least another 5 minutes added on. That's the final change then for BG Tampines, who just tried to waste a little bit more time by making that change. It's all about, it's called game management now. It was time wasting back in the day, Sashi, when we played. Means exactly the same thing though. Hagia getting involved again. Shah just looks so comfortable on the ball and clips it forwards. Is the flag going to go up? It stayed down. Chance here. Glenn Quay in the middle. Elected not to find him. And now the flag goes up. That's just wasted a few more seconds, hasn't it? I mean, put the flag up if they're offside.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a solid win from Yoshimoto. It's an important one. Darren Tate forced all the way back. Manages to shepherd that one out. And there's no holding back. There's no messing around. Both sides getting on with things quickly. Maddo just plays it out wide, and you'll go. Do still have at least 4 minutes, if not another couple on top of that, because of that injury to Dylan Fox. Long range effort just comes off the back of Mahajia. Only as far as Khalsa. Khalsa cuts inside, it's still Khalsa. Khalsa takes a little nick and a deflection. It's going to be another corner.
Yeah, Amirul Adli there just struggling to keep up with Khalsa. He's been very good as well, Khalsa, especially in the attacking front. Goes inside, beats a couple of men, and then just a deflection of Shahiran. Delivery, very important here for Balestier.
8th corner that they've had, and it's not a bad one either. He's managed to go to the far post. Khalsa! Well, that would have been a grandstand finish. You could see exactly what he was trying to do there. Yakov Khalsa. Managed sign from Belgian side. Carlo dropped the shoulder. That's not a million miles away, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Just need a little bit space and then try to go for the curler into the far post.
Has played in the lower leagues of Serbia and Croatia over the past few seasons before that little move to Belgium. Before arriving at the shores here of Singapore. Here's the man who should have had a hat-trick. Glenn Quay. Just blazed at that one and put it over the top. Again, BG Tampines will not rush to take this. Offside. Flag stayed down, now it's gone up. Tafik Sapano running and working across that front line and just straying offside.
Yeah, here comes Balestier again, probably their last foray.
It's almost like one of those games that you just don't want to finish, do you? BG Tampines will hope it finishes quicker. Ball forwards, Dylan Fox again with another comfortable header away. And that's good play, very well played there from Amirul Adli. Knew exactly what he was doing. Waited for Fudil to come forwards and played it off him. It's gone behind for a goal kick, which again chews into the clock.
And that's experience, wasn't it? And inexperience from Fudil. Just going at 100 km per hour. And Shazwan Buhari will try to take as much time as possible.
Feel a little bit hard done by Balestier tonight. Marko Kraljevic go back and watch the videos, and it's actually given them a benchmark that they've set themselves now. This is the standard, and they can just increase that level by 1% or 2. They'll win more than they lose, that's for sure. We've got to say, he's at goal of the night, hasn't he? We wouldn't have expected that finish from Madhu Mahana, that little cushion volley back into the far corner. We more expected it from Glenn Quay with his goal, which was very, very similar.
Yep.
Right, the 10 minutes are going to be up, so Balestier have to get the ball up the other end as quickly as possible. It will just be another minute or so's time added on for that injury that Dylan Fox had. I don't think I've ever done a game, Sashi, where both halves have gone into 100 into 50 minutes, you know, or 10 minutes added on extra time in both halves. There's a big diagonal, it is a big one. Amirul Adli looking to get there. Goes to ground, chance here. Subaric couldn't get it in. Khalsa gets dispossessed, and now Tampines, will they take their time going forwards? Yes, they do. Glenn Quay will just slow this down and surely go into the corner. Next to retain possession and keeps it simple. Saifullah just switches play, and that's exactly what they do. Just keep the ball. Try and kill this game. Trent Bahagia, who's featured in fits and starts tonight, but he's shown that he has got quality. There's no doubt about that. Time and space for BG Tampines Rovers, and Shah is far too experienced, so just turns himself into the corner, but loses out from the throw-in. forwards. There isn't long at all here. So PG Tampines will just launch it forwards. Anywhere will do at the moment. They are going to have an attack. This last one will be their last opportunity to get that ball forwards. Adam Mahana. Plays and fires it out wide, but Balestier doing really, really well just to get a big toe in there. Minutes have been played. Looking to get in behind Daniel Go, and he does. Daniel Go gets to the byline, tries to pull it back. Dylan Fox again comes out of absolute nowhere. They're asking for a handball there. Now that will be looked at, surely.
Oh, this was a very good give and go. Very precise, that pass from Sugita. He cuts across his man, Yoshimoto. He had to be very careful there, not to give away a foul. Ooh.
Are they checking it? That is going to be the question.
It did hit his left hand.
It hit the left arm, didn't it?
Yep.
They are checking. It's a C1, as it's known. The possibility of a penalty. The decision from the official has been a corner. This would just absolutely epitomise this game.
Yeah, exactly.
If this is given.
Exactly. And we've played more than the 10 minutes as well.
Well, don't forget Dylan Fox did go down
Correct.
for 2-3 minutes.
Yep.
So we are entitled.
Yes.
It's the referee's discretion. When they put the board up, it's a minimum of that time. He can play another 40 minutes if he wants.
Yeah.
Is he coming forwards as well, Mustafic? He's had an unbelievable game, and it wouldn't be on the realms of possibility that he would score a goal.
It's been an amazing night, really, you got to say.
Well, look, this check is taking a little bit longer than what a normal check would do. It's going to be an on-field review, so the referee is going to have to go and have a look at this, and that could mean it will be a penalty right at the end. And if you remember, the penalty that they were going to have before, Tim Matic was over it, about to take it. Will it be him if it is a penalty? But the referee, once again, called to the screen. Absolute drama here, right at the end. Well, let's see. Is the contact there on the arm? That's what the referee is going to be looking for. The left arm, is it in an unnatural position? He's going to ground. He's got to use that arm to break his fall. This is where the referee needs to look. But if he has been called back by the officials in the VAR studio, there is the realms of the possibility that he could. And if you have a look, he's put his arm right straight away.
Exactly.
Both arms behind the back. That's kind of a giveaway, is it? Well, we'll soon see. This is going to be. This is the most dramatic game of the season by any stretch of the imagination. Is that a handball? It's the 102nd minute that this incident occurred. Daniel Go did brilliantly to get across his man. And now the referee walks back. He's given a penalty. Wow! Unbelievable drama at our Tampines Hub, right at the death. Can you believe the game that we have witnessed here and how much VAR has played its part? Dylan Fox trying to explain what's he supposed to do, and again, that arm is in a natural position because he's trying to break a fall, but the ball hit his arm and it was going across goal. The players aren't happy with it, and they're telling the referee. VAR asked the referee to go and have another look at it, and Farhan Mohammed has decided upon reviewing it that he is going to give a penalty.
No, I think the thing is as well, he led in with his body instead of his feet. You know, when you slide in as a defender, you slide in with your feet. And you are now, as Fox came in, and his body was in front of his. So, again, you can see why it was given.
Who's it going to be? Who's going to step up?
Matic.
Again, Tin Matic, as we suspected. The man that started his youth career at Dynamo Zagreb, had a spell as well at Liga Warsaw over in Poland. Played against England under-19s for the Croatian under-19 national team. Has a chance here to square things up and surely end this game at 3-3. So it is going to be Matic up against Shazwan Buhari. This surely the last kick of the game. And there it is, no mistake from Tin Matic. And there is the final whistle. It is the last kick of the game. So 17 minutes of time added on at the end of the 90. He's going to disappoint Noor Rahman. But we did say sometimes these things you'll feel aggrieved if it's not given, Sassy, and they even themselves out. In the game today, it has evened itself out.
Exactly, within the game itself, you're right. Tin Matic, I tell you what, under pressure and cool as ice, right in the corner. There was never any doubt about that execution of the penalty. And look at Marko Kralovic. And they had two decisions against them today. And right at the death, they had one for them.
That has to be one of the longest and one of the latest goals that we've ever seen in SPL history, because that is some 13-14 minutes into the time added on, and we had 10 minutes at the end of the first half as well. So these players have literally played almost 120 minutes of football today. BG Tampines Rovers are not happy with the way that this has finished, and you can see there's a lot of finger pointing going on.
Well, it's understood, you know, players will be angry over the decisions, but to be fair, you know, it had to go to VAR because the referee couldn't see from there, and I think the right decision in the end.
Well, what a dramatic game, and what a showcase for the league. You're always guaranteed drama in the SPL, and we've had it here right through to the final kick of the game, which was that penalty from Tin Matic to square things up. Was it deserved overall? Well, you're going to have to be the judge of that, but it's finished here at our Tampines Hub. BG Tampines Rovers 3, Balestier Khalsa 3. Oh, Sashi, where do we start with this one? We're going to have a little look at the highlights first, and obviously that first goal again. Let's talk about VAR, shall we?
This was a good flick on, and then Jolchu's shot coming off Vujanic, two players, and then Vujanic just put it into the path of this man here, who makes no mistake with a finish right into the far corner.
Again, we thought that maybe it had ricocheted off the yellow shirt, but it hadn't ricocheted off him. And that is why the referee straight away had to go and have a look at it and go and have a think about it, and VAR intervened, and that goal was given. That was after just 6 minutes, and then Sugita, no one closed him down, and Katusa, who's been involved in everything today for them, fed it into Sugita, who scuffed his shot somewhat, but put it all square.
Yeah, some really good performances, individual as well as team performance, and Katusa was one of them. Sugita as well worked his socks off and deserved this goal as well. This was earlier on in that first half.
Hit the floor first, got the top spin on the ball, and it totally outfoxed the keeper. Then straight to the second half, and it looked like an inspired substitution because Glenn Quaid came to the party and slotted that one just 3 minutes after the break. Yeah, and Shah Shahiran was really was proving to be a big influence in this game. This pass in was a superb ball for Higashikawa, and then he laid it on for the substitute, and at that time, very inspired substitution. It was. He was working incredibly hard, got on the end of this to put BG Tampines 2-1 up. Then we had Shah Sharian's goal that was disallowed as well, didn't we? That was the one which was I mean, it was a given. It's as simple as that. VAR intervened and checked. As it was, how about this for a finish? Oh, I love it when defenders do that.
Wow, and the angle as well. It was so acute from there as well, just outside the 6-yard area on that right-hand side. But that finish was just class from the centre-back and the skipper. So cool as well.
Mahana just cushioning it back the other way. And then, I mean, it's always nice to see centre-backs going and staying forward from those set plays. And that's exactly what he did. But what a finish that was. That's one he will remember. But Glenn Quay turned around and said, anything you can do, I can do just as well. Now, you may expect this from a forward-thinking player, but he does exactly the same. It's a brilliant finish from him. Brilliant
finish, but Darren Tay's got to look at himself there in terms of positioning. He was sucked in too much and not aware. His body position was all wrong. And then at the last moment, just turned around, saw Glenn there, and Glenn did nothing away from that finish. Class, controlled finish into the far corner.
And just when BG Tampines thought that they were going to see this game out and everything was going to be nice and rosy, this happens. Daniel Goh gets in behind. Dylan Fox goes across, and as you said, didn't lead with his feet, actually used his body there. VAR intervened, and you'll see here the ball comes up. The arm considered to be in an unnatural position. Another on-field decision. Watch Marko Kraljevic here. Look, there you go. That's exactly what this is all about. And this is what? 13 minutes into stoppage time at the end, and again, Tin Matic shows the composure that he has to slot that home for the draw.
Yeah, cool as ice, brilliant, right in the corner. And I gotta say, very unlucky Dylan Fox, because he was probably one of the best players on the park.
Yeah, just unfortunate, but you can see what it means for Marko Kraljevic. They are back, and they're back strong this year at Balestier. They managed to fight back when it comes to possession and attempts. They managed to up their attempts in that second half, and 50% of those were on target as opposed to 30% from BG Tampines. But the corners tell you a lot as well. It was a little bit of a feisty game here and there, but nothing really untoward. So what does that do for the table? It puts both sides on 5 points, and they don't move. So Geylang stay in third, Albrechts Niigata stay in second, but it's the Lion City Sailors that win this round and win comfortably and stay right at the top of the table with 4 wins from 4. What have we got coming up next week? My goodness, don't you go anywhere, because if tonight's anything to go by, Balestier going up against Tanjong Pagar, who played really well yesterday, is going to give us a real showcase. Geylang, they'll look to keep going. Young Lions looking for their first win of the season. That's Friday, Saturday. Then on Monday, we've got a double header. We've got Hougang taking on BG Tampines. They'll want to bounce back pretty quickly. And then Lion City Sailors taking on second place Albrechts Niigata. That one is definitely the match of match week 5. Well, what an unbelievable game we've had here. And from Sassi and myself and everybody that brings you this broadcast, happy Diwali, everybody. Happy Diwali if you're over there in India as well, but it's just finished all square. What a game we've witnessed here at our Tampines Hub. BG Tampines Rovers 3, Balestier Khalsa 3. The SPL, you can't beat it.